Greetings. This is a demonstration of how to edit your species list using the external alternative of exporting to an Excel spreadsheet, working on it in Excel, and then importing it back into WetForm. So to demonstrate that, we'll go to the Data Tools tab, and you can see here's the way it was done internally, and that is presented in a separate video. We'll just close that down. But to start with, you would export the species list. Then you would go to your WetForm folder and you would find it there and just open that up in Excel. And then open up the column so you can read. And in case you haven't seen the first video, do note that not all regions have this numeric field. If you do have it, it's best to sort on that. So I'm going to go ahead and sort on that to start with, and I'll explain why in a minute. So we'll sort on that, and then we have two columns here, SPE name and then scientific name. And the reason why we have two columns is that in the left column is what you will see in the drop-down boxes, and the right column is what will be filled in. And the reason we have that is if you have situations where you have a synonym, you can see the synonym in the drop-down box, but then when it fills in the information, it'll fill in the accepted scientific name. So now let's, so you can, in here in Excel, you can edit anything you want in any of the fields. Now if you want to add a species, you can see I've already added a bunch of SPE species, and here's why I sorted by the numeric. It's just kind of a bookkeeping method of keeping track of how many species you have, and I'm going to add SPE6 and then SPE6 and then put in FAC, and just to make it excuse me, different from any of the others pardon me, then feed in the region, and this is the stratum, and it can be anything or nothing. I just feed in question mark, and then do note that the common names are mostly uppercase. I'm going to hit the caps lock key. 6. All right, and then we can just close this. Seems a little stubborn. Let's see if we can get it to close. And save it. All right, and then go back to WetForm, and now we can import. And it knows to point to that same file. So it's imported it, and it's produced a backup. So if you've blown it somehow, you can still get this backup, recover this backup. So what we can do now to test that we added that SPE6 is enter, and you can see that we do have SPE6 is now in the standard drop-down list. So that's how you would edit the species list using Excel. Typically you wouldn't do that if you only had one or two changes to make. You would just do that internally. If you had a lot of changes, then it would make using the Excel alternative a lot better. So thanks a lot.